اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. يا اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. Oh my Lord, my sins are like the highest mountain. My good deeds are very few, they're like a small pebble. I turn to you, my heart full of shame, my eyes full of tears. Bestow your forgiveness and mercy upon me. Ya Allah, send your peace and blessings on the final prophet and his family and companions and those who follow him.
Follow us now on 0861 904 904 of the day.
You are listening to a live broadcast from Radio Al Ansar, Pietermaritzburg, 105.6 FM.
And that you are. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And if you're listening to us in Durban and surrounds, you're on 90.4 FM. You're tuned into the BU4U Show with myself, Miriam, and we're talking today about mental health. We're talking about breaking it down, and this is our part 2 because of July being Mental Health Awareness Month. But you know what? It's going to keep continuing because it's all about us being the best we can be for ourselves, because that's what the show is about. Guess what we're talking about today? We're talking about productivity. We are not talking about perfection. We're talking about you. We're talking about myself. We're talking about the individual in each one of us. About that, I think the one relationship that I think we all never can log out of, the one that we wake up to and the one that we fall asleep to. That one relationship that is the key relationship for you to be the best at for you. And that is your relationship with yourself. So today's conversation with me, with the show, is all about the mental health, yes, but for you, the individual. And I'm not talking about that person that you post online. I'm talking about the version of you that happens when no one is watching. That quiet one, the one that you don't like people to maybe look at, because the 3 o'clock in the morning when you wake up and you got the heavy weight on your chest, that's the person we're talking to. The choice when you say, okay, now I need to rest, but everything else is telling you don't rest because you got to keep going. Everything about you. Sometimes you feel like, you know what, I got to keep going, but I'm numb on the inside. That's the you I'm talking to. It's that coming back to yourself, even though your entire day tried its best to knock you off and you still made it happen. Yet, what happened to you while you tried to do that? And that's what the show is about. Let's be honest. The world is loud. Every day, there are more and more demands happening and asked of us, each one of us, whether it's your time, your energy, your attention, but it all affects your peace. And what does it take for each one of us to maintain and protect that peace when we need it the most? And what does peace mean to you? We got to still stay whole no matter what happens, no matter who says what, who does what. Things have to keep happening. But that staying whole becomes almost one thing that is radical. And yet it has to happen quietly. It can happen slowly, but it has to happen. It is that foundation of everything else. So we're going a little bit deep. We're going to talk about some stuff, but we're talking about you, your body, your mind, your habits, the heartbreaks, the pains, the anguishes, but then we're also talking your solutions, your boundaries, your belonging, your sense of belonging to you before you think you belong to others. If you are grieving, then we're talking your grief. We're talking about the joys. We're talking about those small blessings too that we just kind of ignore sometimes because we get caught up in the rat race. These small things can become the anchors to the bigger things because we keep drifting. Why do we drift? Why do we allow certain negatives around us to control us when the truth of essence is we're supposed to be controlling them? Feelings are happening, emotions are happening and running high. I am all over the place. What do I need to do? I need to take control of me. But what's happening instead? Those things around me are taking control of me. Therefore, guess what? I'm not resting. I'm not thinking straight. I'm acting out. I'm lashing. I'm moody. I'm frustrated. I'm talking horribly to the wrong people. I am just not being me. So when it is my quiet time, instead of me resting, I'm assessing, but I'm assessing negatively. I'm talking negatively to myself and I'm saying, what is wrong with you? How could you have spoken to that person? I can't handle this anymore. And you talk this back and forth to you without understanding what you need to do to make it better. So remember, you don't have to be okay all the time. It's okay to not be okay. But the art of the matter is to know that when you are doing that, being honest with yourself, you got to be not okay to learn to be okay again. And give yourself the chance to do that. No one of us is a machine. Okay, every one of us has to have the down day. The down days are there. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us that. Because through that, you become stronger. Through the pains, through the anguish, you will become even better. But you have to know when you're going through it and allow those things to anchor you. When you tend to your mind, your mental health, you're going to not just feel better, you're going to become in tune with you. For the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for what you need to be your true self. And while you're thinking about that, what is your true essence? What are the things that are tearing you down? What are your triggers right now that are creating the mood swings? Why can't you rest properly at night? What are you grieving really? What are the hollows that you are going through? While you're thinking about all these things, you're going to listen to a beautiful nasheed. When we come back, we're going to tackle point one.
#36 Brickfield Road, Overport. Kenfield Auto.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربنا لا تجعلنا فتنة للقوم الظالمين ونجنا برحمتك من القوم الكافرين.
Car won't start?
Kenfield Auto.
Noisy brakes?
Kenfield Auto.
Due for a service?
Kenfield Auto. Kenfield Auto, answer to all your car problems. Your service and repair specialist for your VW, Audi, Suzuki, Toyota, or just about any vehicle. Kenfield Auto, your RMI and insurance approved workshop. Follow the red and white board in the passage at 236 Brickfield Road, Overport. Call Shafi on 031 207 2399. Kenfield Auto.
Of the day.
Ladies, when was the last time you took a moment just for you? Behind every smile is a journey. Behind every heart is a story. This Women's Month, join me, Razia Rangwish from Urban Woman, at Her Mask, Her Story. A beautiful day of inspiration, connection, laughter, and delicious food. shared in the company of amazing sisters. Tickets are just 300 Rand. Reserve your seat today by calling Al Ansar Outreach on 031 208 1601. I look forward to sharing this special day with you.
The Sunday Lounge with Salma Kazi Wahab. 10 to 12. Latest nasheeds, celebrity artist features. News from the nasheed world. The Sunday Lounge with Salma Kazi Wahab. Radio Al Ansar, Durban, 90.4 FM. Peter Maritzburg, 105.6 FM.
خالق الإنسان مبدع الأكوان يا رحمن الله يا الله يا واسع الإحسان أدخلنا الجنان يا ربي يا منان الله يا الله يا الله الله يا الله لا إله إلا الله الله يا الله لا إله إلا الله الله يا الله يا الله نور على نور نورك في الصدور يا ربي يا غفور الله يا الله يا واهب السرور مدبر يا ربي يا شكور الله يا الله يا الله لا إله إلا الله الله يا الله لا إله إلا الله الله يا الله لا إله إلا الله الله يا الله الله يا الله الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر ولله الحمد يا الله
You are listening to a live broadcast from Radio Al Ansar, Peter Maritzburg, 105.6 FM.
And yes, you are tuned into the BU4U show, which is produced and presented by myself, Mehrimia, and we're talking mental health matters. And you know what? Let me just explain something, right? Mental health is not this headline. Okay, we hear about it all the time. We hear different talks about it all the time. Yes. But guess what? Your health of your mentality does never make some announcement to say, I'm here, help me. It doesn't do that. So don't wait for the announcement. Your mental health lives in what I would like to, let me describe it as the small, kind of an ordinary moment that makes up your life, which sometimes might become too ordinary and you think it's a comfort zone. The mental health is shouting, but do we ever listen? So here's the thing. And the first thought that you have when you wake up, what is it that happens with you? Are you happy to face your day? Are you dreading getting out of bed? Are you okay to stand up? How are you feeling? What do you think when you do that? And I'm talking about the dua that you read when you wake up. I'm talking about your feelings, your emotions, your mind. Or does it be all over the place because you got so much to do quickly in the morning? It's, for example, if you're looking at your text messages, if you're somebody who does that, first thing in the morning, and something in your text gets you, how do you answer the text becomes something that you sit with for so long and it eats you away. It's whether you can sit with some form of discomfort without running away from it. That's when your mental health is talking to you. For you as a person, the mental health is not just something for now. It's not something that's fixed now. It is an ongoing practice. And that's something we need to get in tune with. It's an ongoing practice, and you got to stay connected with yourself to keep that practice going. Listening to 24 different kinds of videos, listening to all of us, you will never hear enough about this because you're going to keep learning. Why? Life's going to keep happening. So you're going to have to keep learning about you to get through it. But if you are not connected with yourself, then you're never going to know how to deal with what you have to face. Things are going to start controlling you as opposed to you controlling it. So it's that difference between you getting out of bed because you have to versus getting out of bed because you remember why you're doing it. And then why becomes your important factor. That's where, your connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is so key. Because when you know your whys, when you become so endued in that, you have got to learn it's going to be okay because it's me. It's about me, for me. It's noticing that, when you get the tight feeling in your chest before you're going to this hectic meeting, you don't know who's coming through, and you suddenly have this feeling in your chest, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm going to do. And instead of you panicking, you choose to do the deep breath and you're not going to spiral. That is you taking control of you. It's where, while you're scrolling continuously on your phone, and every one of us has this horrible habit of doing that, especially when we know, wait, it's time to go to sleep, but wait, this came up. I need to go to sleep. Okay, last one. And it carries on, and eventually it's 1 o'clock in the morning. When you're able to, as you're doing that mid-scroll, you say to yourself, whoa, is this helping me or is it hurting me? And once I know it's hurting me, I'm able to cut it off and put it away. That choice that you made is you being healthy about your mentality. It's simple things. It doesn't have to be a certificate on a wall that tells you are health conscious about your mental health. No. These are the small things of our everyday life that we just forget about or we ignore because the time just disappears. But when you practice these small things, you stop being dragged by these different notifications all the time on your phone. Those things don't take you up. You decide when you'd like to go to them. Everyone's opinion about everything, everybody's bad mood that's around you, those things don't become you. You decide where it goes and in what place. So you start moving with what is your intention. What is your niyat for your day? What is your niyat for your every purpose and everything you are doing? Even when the world is loud, you have the choice of how to make it soft enough for you. And you know what is so beautiful, especially about us, with your 5 times salah that you make every day. The break that you have from your normal routine to go to make your salah becomes your connectedness. That connected feeling that you need to be with yourself and your creator. Allah is giving you 5 times a day to come back there. So between your Fajr and Zuhur, if you find that you're spiraling, take your Zuhur time to be able to say, you know what, let me come back to me. When you're going between Zuhur and Asr, you will feel lighter. But it's all about you being in tune with you. Remember that we must treat ourselves as one whole gift. It's not one over the other. We often treat the mind and the body as 2 separate things, and yet they are not. They are not 2 separate things. Please get that. The brain runs on sleep, on food, on light, on movement. And when those basic things slip up, then everything else gets harder. If you have a night of very poor sleep all the time, guess what? You're going to start feeling like a total critique because criticism every day is going to hurt you like personal attacks. You're not going to be able to deal with things diplomatically. You're going to start dealing with like everything hits personal. If you're going to skip your meals all the time because of whatever reason, you're going to start becoming irritable because your body doesn't know how else to deal. So everything happens through whatever you are encountering. And if you go months without sunlight, oh my gosh, I learned this a few years ago, months without being in the sun, months without just being outside actually affects your nervous system. It makes you feel stuck. Your nervous system needs this. Your vitamin D is needed in your system for reasons because your engine can't be idling too high all the time. If you're running a vehicle, you would know this. So your biology in your body sets the floor. And if the floor is not even, it takes a little bit more effort on your part to make that floor become even for you to be able to stand upright again. So it is your choice. So think of your body as the soil and your mind as a plant, right? You can talk to the plant all day about please grow stronger, please I love you. You're talking to this plant. But if the soil is dry all the time and it becomes depleted, it will wilt. That flower is never going to grow. So guess what? It's about you. So your cortisol, that's the thing that's in your body that runs, that stays high when you are sleep deprived, right? Your blood sugar crashes. That's going to make your anxiety spike up. Your chronic pain is going to teach the brain to expect a threat at every moment. So when you hydrate, when you look after you, your gut is also learning how to help you to grow. And guess what happens? When everything becomes in tune with each other, in your body, your physique, your mind starts to heal. Your thoughts start to heal. It all links up to each other. Are you giving yourself the mind that allows for you to have the stability? Are you giving yourself the mind that allows for you to have that stable place in your life to live your proper mean? And I'm asking you that question because are you giving yourself that? If you are going to be answering and saying, yes, but this person did that. Yes, but that person doesn't do that. Yes, but that person, I'm going to say to you, that person is not you. I'm asking you, the individual, the you that is listening to me now, are you giving yourself enough room to be able to be healthy about your mentality? While you're going to think about that, you can listen to a beautiful nasheed and come back to me to continue. Stay tuned.
Radio Al-Ansar.
ربي أنت رجائي أدعوك يا رحمن رحمتك تكفيني أرجو منك الرضوان ربي أنت شفائي لقلب قد بات حزين أجبت لمن ينادي عبدي أنا القريب ربي أنت مولاي ربي أنت مثواي ربي أنت مولاي بذكرك تطمئن قلوب ربي أنت مولاي من قربك ألقى محياي ربي أنت مولاي بذكرك تطمئن قلوب إليك أشكو ضعفي وقلة حيلتي ناديتك يا إلهي برحمتك أستغيث توكلت عليك ربي أنت من تسقيني رفعت إليك يدي سبحانك يا كريم ربي ربي أنت مثواي ربي أنت مولاي بذكرك تطمئن قلوب ربي أنت مولاي من قربك ألقى محياي ربي أنت مولاي بذكرك تطمئن قلوب أتيتك سائلا وقلبي شاكرا بعفوك مؤمنا بغيثك ماسكا أتيتك سائلا وقلبي شاكرا بعفوك مؤمنا بغيثك ماسكا ربي أنت مثواي ربي أنت مولاي بذكرك تطمئن.
There are over 200 million orphans globally. We can't help all of them, but what if we each helped just one? The Al Imdad Foundation now gives you an opportunity to help just one orphan from Syria or Palestine. For just 500 Rand per month, you can help safeguard the dignity of an orphan by assisting them with basic needs such as food, clothing, shelter, medical care, and attention. Our orphan sponsorship program allows you to track the progress of your orphan through regular feedback. Make a difference in the life of an orphan today. Visit alimdad.com or call 0861 786 243 for more information.
Up next is Kickoff with Buddy Governor. Stay tuned.
اللهم انصر إخواننا المستضعفين على أرض فلسطين اللهم انصر إخواننا المستضعفين على أرض فلسطين. اللهم حرر المسجد الأقصى من اليهود الغاصبين. اللهم انصر إخواننا المرابطين على أرض فلسطين. اللهم شد أزرهم وسدد رميهم برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم الطف بإخواننا في كل مكان يذكر فيه اسمك يا أرحم الراحمين. استنصروك يا الله فانصرهم. اللهم ارحم الضعفاء والفقراء والمساكين والأيتام والنازحين والمشردين والأسرى يا أرحم الراحمين.
اللهم أنج المستضعفين من المسلمين في فلسطين. اللهم كن لهم عونا ونصيرا. اللهم كن لإخواننا المرابطين في المسجد الأقصى. اللهم كن لهم ولا تكن عليهم. اللهم فرج همهم، نفس كربهم، داوي جرحاهم، عاف مبتلاهم، اشف مرضاهم، ارحم موتاهم، تقبل شهداءهم.
ادعو إلى سبيل ربك بالحكمة والموعظة الحسنة وجادلهم بالتي هي أحسن. Invite all to the way of your Lord with wisdom and beautiful preaching, and reason with them in a way that is best and most gracious. Join Shabir Pasha every Saturday at 7 p.m. on the show Dawah Dynamics, and every Sunday on the Dawah Chronicles at 9 p.m. Remembering the companions of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Join the discussion, analyze the life, sacrifices and contributions of the Prophet's companions, and learn from their experience.
Africa, give the gift of clean water with Africa Muslims Agency. With every water well or borehole you donate, your drop becomes a river, reconnecting communities to nourishment, education, dignity and empowerment. Sponsor a water well for 17,000 Rand in Africa, or a borehole for 65,000 Rand in Afghanistan or Africa. Quench the thirst. Reconnect the soul with Africa Muslims Agency.
Looking for natural wellness solutions for the whole family? Visit the Al Ansar Shop Health Department, your trusted destination for vitamins, supplements, herbal remedies, immune boosters, and health essentials. Whether you're looking to improve your well-being or maintain a healthy lifestyle, we've got you covered. Quality products, trusted brands, affordable prices. Visit the Al Ansar Shop today. Al Ansar Shop. Caring for your health naturally.
Join me, Buddy Governor, for the Sunday morning edition. Sundays 8 to 9 a.m. Coffee, current and public affairs, newspapers, food, trends, health, and nasheeds. Setting you up for a relaxed morning with topical and conversational items, as well as a spiritually uplifting and warm nasheeds. Breakfast tips and recipes for a healthy lifestyle. Easygoing intro into your Sunday morning with me, Buddy Governor, the Sunday morning edition.
Audio stream across the world on radioalansar.co.za.
مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم. مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم. يا نفس لا تقنطي من ذات عظمت، إن الكبائر في الغفران كامامي. ولا رحمة ربي حين يقسمها تأتي على حسب العصر يعني في الابتسام يا ربي وجه غير منعكس لديك واجعل حسابي غير منخرم مولاي صل وسلم.
You're listening to a live broadcast from Radio Al Ansar, Pietermaritzburg, 105.6 FM.
And yes, you are. And you just heard one of my absolute favorite nasheeds by Mikhail Mala. Thank you so much to our beautiful, our texts are amazing. Seriously, they make this so beautiful for you to listen to and for us to keep doing for you as well. I love that nasheed. Thank you so much, Brothers Boo. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Okay, so we're talking mental health. We're talking about breaking down some stuff, important things that you need to be able to see in yourself so that you can make the shifts and you can do it. But you know what? We don't talk just problems. We talk solutions too. So one of the things I want to talk to you about right now is something I think that is absolutely important, because every one of us tends to forget this. It's just overlooked most of the time. And every one of us has to learn that every one of us has within each of us this inner storyteller, this inner narrator, the person that talks back to you that is actually from you. So your inner language that you speak to yourself, the self language. Sometimes that voice is kind and sometimes that voice is absolutely cruel. And that voice will decide, for example, if you make a mistake, right? There's a mistake that you've just made. That voice inside you, that critique, that narrator inside you is going to decide whether you're going to say to yourself, once the mistake is done, am I learning? Or it's going to say, yo, I'm broken. And that voice then decides what you say, therefore decides what you do. So it decides, if you text a person that is your friend, and let's say you are waiting for their response, and it's somebody who normally does text back quickly, but they're not responding quick enough this time. That voice inside you is the voice that's going to tell you either they're going to say, that person's busy, give them some time. Or that voice inside you is going to say to you, you know what, I'm not lovable. I must have done something wrong. Why are they not texting me? So instead of you being rational, you become absolutely almost paranoid. And we are not born with these interpretations, mind you. We actually learn them. And because these become learned behaviors, guess what? They can be unlearned. We can actually undo these. So this emotional regulation, that's what we're talking about from a psych perspective, is not ever about feeling angry. It's not about feeling grief. It's not about feeling that fear inside you. It's just about you taking notice of what those feelings are when they happen, name them, and choose what to do next before they choose for you. And that pause, that little pause moment, that is so key. Even if it's 2 seconds long, that's where your freedom of your choices lives. So that narrator inside you, that one that talks badly about you to yourself, the one that looks in the mirror and says, I wish you looked different, the one that keeps comparing you to what you're seeing on social media, that thinks you need to have a finer skin than the one that you have because you saw so-and-so on a picture and they look better than you do, that person that's constantly doing that to you inside you is built over years. And it could be from maybe, maybe you could have had a teacher when you were little that said something like, you're lazy or you're not good enough. Or somebody might have ridiculed you when you were a few years ago, or someone in your life might have said something to you about your weight or about your skin, or compared you to somebody else in your family. Maybe it was a parent of yours who overly praised one and not yours, or didn't praise your results at all. Maybe you had some kind of a heartbreak from some relationship, and it's taught you that abandonment is what's for you. You're never going to have relationships. But either way, it's these experiences that almost generalize in your brain. And that brain that is now realizing these things that are now generalized about you, it starts to make these things that you tell yourself the protection layer. And that protection layer doesn't protect you. That protection layer that you have just created from what you assume about your life actually becomes your prison. And what happens then? You don't have the flexibility to think properly. And that's where we all find that we get cut off. You actually start to feel, I don't understand my own emotions. I don't understand my own reactions. And sometimes you will react to people and to things, and suddenly you'd say, but that's not me. That's not how I would normally do it. Yes, that is your protective layer that's actually not protecting you, that's doing it for you. So you have to take back control of you. You have to ask yourself, is it actually me at 100% level, or is it a habit that I am forming? And ask yourself the uncomfortable questions when it's your time out. Am I anxious? Does my anxiety come from where? What or who is doing this to me? Regulation, think of your regulation about your emotions as a muscle in your body. You got to keep making it work. The first time you pause before you snap, it might feel almost impossible. But once you start making it a habit, the 10th time, it feels like, oh, it's part of me. It's my natural be. Because your behavior is all about you. The show is talking to you and it's about you. Your behavior is about you. And guess what? Your behavior is where your psychology part of you becomes visible to everybody else. So those habits that we have, these are not moral tests that we just given. Those habits that we have, these are patterns. And they're patterns that we create ourselves. So either those patterns are going to protect us or they're going to deplete us. And when you try to avoid these things, it might feel safe in the moment because I'm avoiding that chat. I'm avoiding the confrontation. I'm avoiding speaking to so-and-so. I'm avoiding dealing with what I'm feeling. But that avoidance might feel safe for now. However, it can be very costly and expensive later. So, you got to allow for you to realize that isolation might promise you the rest for now, but it might actually deliver you a kind of a loneliness later, which you don't need. You need to be able to know you, understand you. And on the other side, remember the small actions that can actually help you grow. A little walk in my own garden, a little going outside and getting that sunshine. I don't need to be able to be in a huge ground and get into a taxi to get somewhere. It's all right around you. As you are taking your walk, maybe to work, do you notice the tree that's there? Do you notice the leaves that are there? You don't need so many different things that will cost you money. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us so much around us that costs us nothing except our time, our effort, and our energy. And we owe it unto ourselves to be able to use that to create what behaviors are necessary. So our psyche marries into that. Because your behavior about anything is you allowing you to notice what is your feedback to things. If you keep avoiding difficult emails, if you keep avoiding things that you know create anxiety, if you keep avoiding things, those things are going to grow and they're going to grow into gremlins. But the point is, if I start to sit and deal with them one thing at a time, my brain is going to learn, you know what, I have action now. I need to put myself into action mode. But action with intention is far more better, because mental health is built on that 5-minute action with intention. It's not just I'm doing it for the sake of, I'm doing it for the sake of my purpose. I'm doing it for the sake of what I want. So mental health tells you something like, the something I'm doing now is better than not doing anything at all. So on your worst day, sometimes the bars are set so low, but on your best days, you raise your own bar and you're allowed to have the bad days. It's what you're doing with the bad days to make you even better that counts. And I'm saying every one of us has to accept there are things that happen all the time. I have 3 diaries, okay? Some of those diaries never marry into each other for the day, but I still have to know what to carry over to the next day. What patient I didn't see today, I got to see tomorrow. Or I got to make sure I had diarized when to see that patient of mine. But at the end of the day, I am in control of that. I know who needs what from me for when. But if I don't do me properly, how am I going to give to them? How am I going to give off if I lose the control of everything and every note I have to make? So the bad days will happen. All of us have them. The bad headache days, the bad feel days, the emotional days, the days that you sit and you think of somebody you might have lost and it just takes over you. Those are things that are natural. It's going to happen. It's how am I dealing with it that becomes my power and my control. And while you ponder about what's happening with you right now, what you're doing, we got a beautiful nasheed I know lined up for this one now. So I'm going to wait for you to come back to me for the next point as we do close after this nasheed. Stay tuned.
We'd love to meet you. Pay us a visit. Radio.
في قلبي انت عمري ما ننساك حبيبي يا نبي كنت من نكون معاك في قلبي انت عمري ما ننساك حبيبي يا نبي كنت من نكون معاك ويسألوا قلبي ماله يسأل عليك يا شافي شيل مديرة سلم عليك يا حبيبي في كل مكان في كل زمان قلبي ناديك يا محمد يا نبي شوف المقام براح انتقام نحكي نبي أنا الخير البرية في قلبي انت عمري ما ننساك حبيبي يا نبي يتمنى نكون معاك في قلبي انت عمري ما ننساك حبيبي يا نبي يتمنى نكون معاك في قلبي كلامك يا خير أنا الصلاة عليك والسلام يا نور العين يا محمد يا سيد قلبي يناديك يا نبي تم الفرح والأمان تم السوق على العالم واللي متلحن وفرحان يا حبيب شوف المقام نبرة من صغار نحكينا بيانا
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. This is Tamil Islam and you're listening to Radio Ansar.
حبيبي يا نبي
A station for conversation, Radio Al Ansar. Up next is Kickoff with Buddy Governor. Stay tuned.
My heart replies 1,000 tears fall from my eyes. So your blessed face, but still I feel your love and grace. Every salawat I send your way, I hope it reaches you today. Ya Rasulullah, my tears fall true. I wish I walked right here with you. Touch your hand to hear you speak. To feel with you, your eyes to see. Belong to your name, belong to your name. Rest on your soul, Allah lights the way. Mercy, the world so cold, the truth more precious than gold. حبيب الله هو جودي يا إمام بسافر يا رسول الله my tears fall true I wish I walked right there.
You are listening to a live broadcast from Radio Al Ansar, Pietermaritzburg, 105.6 FM.
We are talking today about mental health. We're talking about breaking down stuff, and you are listening to us and you are enjoying it. So I'm listening to your, I love these nasheeds that are playing, and I'm also reading some of your messages that are coming through while it's happening, and it kind of just goes in tune with each other. Let me read out some messages very quickly. First message, Assalamu alaikum, brilliant show. This program gives one such ease and motivation for living. Jazakallah khair for the beautiful message, alhamdulillah. Next one says, Assalamu alaikum, beautiful program, Al Ansar, and your dynamic speaker and presenter, Mehreen. Jazakallah khair for that. Yes, we need to introspect and move towards being in charge of ourselves. Allah grant all barakah, and thank you, sister, for this awareness. Ameen. Jazakallah khair, Brother Muhammad, for that. Another message here that says, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Wa alaikum salam. To dear Mehreen, beautiful show from Peter Maritzburg. Alhamdulillah, Jazakallah khair. With beautiful nasheeds and knots, mashallah, talk that you are giving as well. Jazakallah khair. Also to playing beautiful nasheeds and of course the knots as well. Jazakallah for that. Ameen to read my message. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you abundantly, million times over. This is from Sarah Bibi Mustafa Parag from the CBD area, and she says, I will always listen to you, and I do listen to all your programs, my dear. My salams and du'as are for you and your family. Have a beautiful, blessed weekend. Jazakallah khair. And Sarah Bibi Mustafa Parag from the CBD area, always appreciate your feedback. Another message that came through says, Jazakallah khair and Ameen to you for your messages and for you playing beautiful nasheeds. Yep, Brothers Boo there. And of course, the knots that come through are always amazing. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you all abundantly a million times over. Jazakallah khair for that message as well. So yes, it is all about you. That's what we do. We do it because we want you to keep learning. And guess what? We all learn with you, right? And to close today, I just want to say this. Pain will always come. Okay, there's always going to be something in life that's going to happen that's going to make us want to shift from the comfort to the discomfort back to comfort. But the idea is that there's going to be grief, there's going to be failure, there's going to be rejection, there's always uncertainty. But the mental health is not the absence of those things. It is actually the capacity to learn, how do I carry all of those things without losing myself in it? That's the key. The key is that all these things will happen. People will say whatever they need to say. People will do whatever they need to do. But they don't control me. I control me. I control me and my reactions to them. And that's where my power sits. My power sits in my reaction. My power sits in what I say back. My power sits in me. What are we doing with the power we have? We don't want to lose that. So it might look like you're feeling the wave and you're not drowning. Yes, we don't want to drown. It looks like asking for help. And we're in a crisis. Why you want to wait for that? Sometimes the you is going to know when the crisis is about to happen. Take precautions. And remember, when you want to build resilience is not just toughness. It's your flexibility. It's you knowing that, for example, there'll be a tree. The tree never bends or just breaks in a storm. Some of those actually stand firm through it. You never know, but it's about you. A person who never grieves, you're going to be stuck. You have to learn to feel what you feel. Cry, have your anger moments, deal with whatever you have to do, but know what works for you. Your thoughts will start going all over the place, but you have got to learn the skills of how to be the best for you. That's what the show is about. When you tend to you, when you tend to your mind especially, you're not just going to feel better. You're going to become someone who can be present, who can be the person who's going to be powerful enough to make the correct choices, who can stay. No one sees those nights when you actually just want to send the angry text or you don't. No one sees the nights when you're actually crying yourself alone. No one sees the mornings when you can't even get out of bed properly, but you're getting through your day. Somehow nobody knows these things, but you do. You do. You know you. So you know what boundaries you need to set. You know what you need to know about yourself, and you need to know how you need to be the best you can be. So do your introspection, because that's what's key about you. Okay? It's so important. It's so important for us to realize that this world we are living in is constantly pulling at us, every one of us, all the time. And staying whole, like I said before, can feel like it's, oh my word, it's almost like radical. But the world is engineered for that. The world is engineered and made up to fragmentize things. It's up to us to realize, you know what? I don't want to be that fragment. I want to be my whole me. Social media always will have rewards. Guess from what? Comparison. You're seeing yourself constantly comparing to what's on social media, and that's not supposed to happen. You're supposed to be true to you. Stay whole. And staying whole means being intentional. And like I said before, you've given your 5 times salah. Use your salah as your break from the daily life to get back in tune with you, your connectedness with you, and your connectedness with your creator. And inshallah, when we do that, we're going to know how to get the best that we can be out of those days. We have to. Because we owe it to ourselves. You owe it to you, I owe it to me. We owe it to be the best that we can be for who? for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala first, not for the benefit of anyone else, right? Okay, you're going to have some amazing programs coming up. Straight after me, it's our fave, one of our faves. You're going to be listening to Buddy Governor after this absolute fave of ours on Kickoff. And of course, you're going to end off this evening with another fave for all of you guys. That's Nightline. That's with Brother Muhammad Variawa and of course, Dr. Jiwa. That's one of your reality shows and segments. So stay tuned to Al Ansar. Amazing things lined up until you hear me on PAB Connect on Wednesday, 12 to 1 again. Please take care of you and remember all of us in your du'as. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
From Radio Al Ansar, Pietermaritzburg, 105.6 FM.
Up next is Kickoff with Buddy Governor. Stay tuned.
An informative Islamic global perspective. This is Al Ansar News.